Hi, this is Michael Azarad, Editor-in-Chief of the Talkhouse, and welcome to the Talkhouse Music Podcast. Pitchfork was kind enough to give the Talkhouse a trailer to record podcasts in at the 2015 Pitchfork Music Festival in Chicago. Thanks, Pitchfork. And we took good advantage of it. On Friday, Haim happened to be in town opening for Taylor Swift, and they showed up at the festival to watch their friend and collaborator Tobias Jesso Jr.'s set. And by the way, we also recorded a podcast with Jesso. Anyway, the ladies of Haim stuck around to catch their former tour mates Chvrches set too. And they were all totally rocking out by the side of the stage. Later, our producer Elia Einhorn bumped into Esty Haim in the VIP area and asked her if she'd been to doing a podcast with Lauren Mayberry, the lead singer of Chvrches. Sure, she said. We're her biggest fans. And then Esty's sister Danielle wanted to sit in, and when Alana Haim heard about it, she wanted in too. So we wound up with Lauren Mayberry from Chvrches in conversation with all three Haim sisters. It was pretty busy in that room with other bands coming and going, Wilco playing in the background, and 2 microphones for 4 people, but you'll get the gist. Topics covered. How to deal with getting hit in the face with a beach ball in front of thousands of people. Mesmerizing Afros. Panic vomiting. Forgetting lyrics on stage. And whether GIF is pronounced GIF or GIF. And oh yeah, I should warn you, it starts off pretty blue. So here we go. It's not long, but it's a gem.
No giggles.
Unexpected.
This is some fucking serious shit right here.
Be serious.
Some serious shit.
There's nothing funny about podcasts. And I was trying to keep things PG at least, but we'll see what happens.
Instead of dead people, you just see dicks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I see dicks. Can you imagine if that's what you saw all the time?
That was my favorite thing I've ever heard you say.
Can you imagine what life would be like?
Instead of dead people, you saw dicks?
Yeah.
God, how does that even
That was the
work?
original Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
I saw dead dick.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's even worse.
Rigor mortis dicks.
Oh my God, let's stop talking.
Gangrene dicks.
Oh my God.
I think maybe we should start about talking about how much fun it was when we were on tour together at Laneway. I think about that probably at least once a week, like on the real.
I think it's, I've never done that festival before, but it's really nice because all the bands travel together and I feel like you really get to know people, whereas a lot of the time when you're touring it's quite isolating.
Yeah.
And it's nice to like properly spend time with people, and it's quite, I guess that came kind of in the middle of our album cycle, so it's nice to have kind of, not a rest because you're obviously working because you're playing shows, but it was a lot more social than it would normally be.
Completely. And because we had so many, I know we're both used to like doing like 4 shows on, 1 day off when we're headlining. And then on that tour it was like 1 show on, 3 days to hang out and like explore.
And have epic boat parties.
Yeah, epic. Let's not forget about.
We had like a epic
All white,
like
wearing P. Diddy, like
linen
basically
party.
It was basically like P. Diddy's party from 1998.
Yeah. All wearing white linen.
And instead of it being in the Hamptons, it was on a boat in Sydney.
Yeah.
Bondi Beach? Was that where we were?
Well, and I like that this was all curated by a hairy, almost ginger classic guy from Glasgow. Like Martin was like, guys, we're gonna go on a boat, and I was like, okay, thinking in my head, that's nice, it's never gonna happen. This is the most decadent and ridiculous thing I've ever heard you say, but I want to be supportive of you, so I'm just gonna presume that you're not gonna be able to pull this off. And then he spent like a week organizing it and was like going around to everybody being like, so this is the time, this is the place, give me $20, and then sort it all out. And there was an intense dress code, and I remember my parents had come out on that festival tour because they were on holiday, which is nice, and I had breakfast with them. I was like, I wonder where everyone would be, I can't see anyone. And then there was just like a massive gaggle of like really clearly Scottish guys, which were all like sunburned, like them. Ian and Martin and the guys from Frightened Rabbit just wearing ridiculous like sailor chic wear. And from a distance I was like, no, that's them. I guess I'm gonna have to go stand near them.
And then as the boat excursion like went on, then it became like a DJ set for me. Like everyone was like, who's gonna DJ? And I was like, stepping up to the plate. And and someone, I didn't have internet, and then someone on the boat was like, connect to my like weird Wi-Fi, and I was like, okay, and then I just kept buying songs. Like I was someone was like, play Say You'll Be There, play like the Shamu theme. Like it was like the most random request. Yeah.
I think the crazy thing is that we were jumping into the ocean, and like a week later, there was like a shark attack.
Well, you realize someone told us like, oh no, there's nets. And
yeah, there's nets. Don't worry about it.
Like, don't worry about it.
Go jump into the beach. And then we were like, okay. And literally a week later, there was like this crazy video that was like this guy jumping into the same. What was it, like a harbor?
Yeah. Same place we were.
And
there was a shark attack.
There was like a major shark attack, and we were just like lulling.
You were like, oh my God,
let's all jump in together, and we all could have died. But good to know.
Well, not only that, but like every Aussie I've talked to since then was like, that was the stupidest thing you could have done.
Don't swim in the harbor, that's where all the...
Yeah, like I don't know who told you that there were nets, or someone told me like there's tracking devices on every like shark, and I was like... Gullible, like gullible.com. Like, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Tracking devices on every single shark in Bondi Beach.
That makes sense. But was good. We actually did do work also.
Yeah, and then we played shows.
Yeah,
but it was so much fun. I had the best time. It was so incredibly nice to be with so many amazing ladies, first of all. There were so many fun girls on that tour.
It was good.
It was really, really nice. The boys were good.
Yeah, they were fine when they're not.
They were fine.
Being sunburned and trying to get people on boats. But yeah, and I guess we've seen each other at festivals a bit since then. But you guys are technically not working today. You just got corralled into late night promo.
Just here for fun.
Yeah.
To see some stuff.
See some stuff. Well, you killed it today.
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm
I know
very
you didn't
sweaty.
see until you got off stage, but we were raging.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Raging. I mean, as we always do when we see you play, but it was so epic, and people were loving it. There was one guy in the front that had the floppiest, like, streamlined fro. Like, literally it was like a runway. But he was headbanging, so it was like this magical mane that just kept going like back and forth. It was mesmerizing. It was like and he was right up front. I don't know if you saw him, but he was having the best seen the mane. Time. It was like a magical like unicorn fro.
Wow,
it was awesome.
That's good. Well, I guess it's only like our second show back, so I feel like we're quite rusty or unfit or something.
Nice try. Nice try.
But yeah, it's weird because I guess we played so many shows. Like pretty much, like we were roughly on the same cycle as you guys, I think. And it's just weird to have taken like 8 months of not playing any shows. And I get like reasonably bad gig anxiety, but it's just like squared right now.
Yeah.
And today before I left the hotel, I was like, everything's fine. And then I just had like a panic vomit, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. And I was like, oh, okay, good. Like 4 hours before the show,
happened.
Just having a panic puke. But then once you start, I think it's like muscle memory or whatever. Like once you start doing it, it's kind of okay. But I think it's just like the overthinking thing. And then I'm going to forget things. I'm going to forget everything. And if I fuck it up, then it's being filmed, and everyone's going to know I fucked it up.
No, but you understand. Like you have to understand. Like as a patron of like festivals, I remember seeing like going to Lollapalooza, and like when an artist fucked up, to me it was like, yes, I saw something that now no one else is gonna see, and I was there for it. Like they love it. Like I think that it just makes performances that much more specific. Like, oh, remember when like yada 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 like forgot the words to, because I remember when we saw Lucinda Williams play.
Yeah.
And she completely started playing a song, forgot the words completely, like one of her most famous songs. I remember being like, I was there when like Lucinda Williams, like mind went blank for a second, and like, and it took her like a good 3 minutes to remember, and everyone was behind her, everyone was like singing the words to her, and like it starts like this, and I think it just makes it more personal, and I think
I think so.
I don't
hope so.
I mean, but when we're on stage and we're like, oh my god, I literally just said like filibuster in a song, and that's definitely not a lyric that I wrote. So,
well, but yeah, like somebody said to me recently when I was having a bunch of angst about it, because I've only ever forgotten something on stage once, and then
just once.
Well,
oh my gosh.
Well, not like a really bad one where else I don't remember anything. I'm trying to think like 30 seconds ahead of myself.
Right.
And then once you've forgotten it, you get that kind of like pit in the stomach thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, trying to think of the verses before I get there and stuff. But then someone was like, gigs aren't meant to be perfect. They're meant to be authentic. And I was like,
Definitely.
that is the best thing I've ever heard. If only I could have been telling myself that for like 2 years. That'd be really good.
You said that way more concise than I did. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. But then I feel like with other people, I would be like, oh, wow, what a genuine thing I just saw. But with myself, I'm like, no,
Of course.
I must do it better. I must do better.
I know. But that's like, because that's part of being an artist is you always want to be better, and I don't know. I guess that's
I don't think I've ever had a perfect show. I'm like trying to think about it. I definitely have never had a perfect show, but that's kind of cool. Yeah. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's specific. It's a very specific.
There was a bit in the gig today where you know if someone else fucks up a little bit, you don't want to turn around and like look at them and be like, "What are you doing?" Because then you draw attention to it. But there was a bit where I was like, "Ian's playing bass and Martin's playing keyboard, but he doesn't." There was a horrible, like, really discordant, disgusting sound, and I was like, "What is that?" And I couldn't figure out what it was. And Martin said it was just Ian's bass head was like on the top
on
of
the keyboard.
I was like, "Oh hell, yeah, that's bad. That's quite bad." And he was just having a great time and then going while like bashing it on the keyboard. So never mind.
Is the beach ball stunt? Is that like a thing that you guys? I don't remember you guys doing that. Is that like a new? Is that just for today?
That was
amazing.
Just a special day.
You guys were
people
all on the
seem
same
to like
page.
kick them on the stage, and I've definitely been smacked in the face by them as it happens.
I know when there's beach balls.
It is the worst when there's a beach ball in the crowd and it literally hits you, decks you in the face, and you have to like pretend like you're A, not embarrassed, and B, like don't forget what you're about to do. It's so embarrassing. It's the craziest thing because you're like definitely, and then everyone looks at you like to see how you're gonna
what's
react.
your
What is she gonna react? Is she gonna be okay? And I'm like kind of like freaking out. It's all good.
Well,
Festivals, yeah.
Well, there's definitely been times where, like, because I played drums on stage, and there have been times when I've like thrown drumsticks, or they just like fall out of my hand, and I directly hit Danielle in the face. There's multiple like gifs of like SD Dex. Danielle in the face with drumsticks, and like Danielle, poor Danielle, keeps her cool.
Danielle, cool as a cucumber.
Every time.
Thank you. Thanks.
But
you've eaten shit on stage.
Yeah, I've fallen over.
There's amazing. I think they're called GIFs.
Is it GIF?
GIFs or GIFs?
Can we? Is it
But
GIFs?
it should be GIF.
It should be GIF because GIF reminds me of Jiffy peanut butter, but that's okay.
But wait a minute. What if it was a GIF, as in like Jiffy peanut butter? Wouldn't it be JIF?
I don't know. You never know.
I don't know. This is like a debate that I have with people.
It's a debate that I have on the
all
regular.
time.
But anyways, you have literally, there's a great GIF of you eating mega shit on stage. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I literally have like no equilibrium. At all. Like, I'm the biggest klutz of all time. I try and like keep my balance. I like took ballet when I was a kid, so you'd think that maybe I have like a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of agility, but I really don't. And when I play drums, I put my entire body into it.
Who's knocking at the door? It's Dash. Hi, Dash.
Hi.
Hi.
Dash, come say hi. This is our drummer Dash. That's
come say hi, Dash.
It's like Mr. Robbins.
Hi, people out there.
Get closer.
Whoever this might be. Hello.
Closer.
Hi.
Dash.
Welcome to the podcast, Dash.
Welcome to the podcast, Dash.
Okay, here we go. It's happening.
It's
all
happening.
happening. Sit down.
Okay.
Have you ever been hurt on stage by these women who have apparently hurt each other several times?
We're talking about drumsticks being thrown.
Oh my gosh, did that happen?
No, just that the amount of times that I've decked Danielle in the face with drums.
I've caught a few random wood chips to the eyeball.
Oh,
wow.
But that's okay.
Painful.
Yeah, you just got to play through it. That's what I've learned.
Apparently, earlier, I didn't realize this until the end, and I was like, how long has that been like that for? I was wearing a kind of skort, which I haven't worn since I was like 7. A skort, not that particular one.
Skirt and
so
shorts
it's like
together.
shorts, but there was a little bit that
It's like a
wrapped round,
spork.
and I was like kind of pulled in by a popper, and then that bit was just flailing when I came off stage, and I was like, how long has that been like that for?
Really?
But
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice
Our
at
tour
all.
manager was like, just at the end, but I don't know if it was true or if it was like kind. She was just being kind. But sometimes I whip the mic cable around. And
Oh my god, I was about to say that. Your mic whipping capabilities on point.
Thank you.
Super on point.
Once I smacked Ian in the side of the head with it though, which was bad.
Okay,
So that's why
painful.
now I kind of do it forward rather than kind of like round the way, because it just like scalped him right in the back of the head when he was doing stuff. So I don't know that he noticed because he gets very into it, so that's
Right.
good. But you know,
Adrenaline.
it's tricks of the, you know.
It's an occupational hazard.
Yes, you can't. Sometimes it happens. I've definitely smacked myself in the back of the head with it when I tried to like, and then I'm like, I'm gonna catch it, and I'm like, oh no, there it goes. And you
yeah.
don't want to wince because then
People
it
are
makes
like,
it more
ooh,
obvious. So I'm like,
ooh, she hurt herself.
that's smarted.
Ooh.
That one.
Do you practice at home?
No. Well, I was like recently, like today, I was like, maybe I'll try and like spin the actual mic, and then I did it like 3 times, and I was like, terribly unsafe. Like it's probably gonna come out, and that's bad. So I
Either
was like,
come out and hit someone in the face in the
Or just-
crowd, or hit you in the face, or hit someone else in the face. It's not a good idea.
That reminds me of that Ellen DeGeneres joke where I love Ellen DeGeneres, where she talks about how when people are walking and they trip, and they don't want people around them to know that you've tripped, so then you start running.
You start jogging.
And then you look at your
stop
watch and you're like, oh, and now I'm on time.
Now I'm on time.
I think it's kind of like public theatre. You conduct for the benefit of others. I definitely, in recent memory, went into a coffee shop in Glasgow knowing full well I didn't have any money to buy anything. I didn't want to buy anything. I just wanted to use the bathroom because my house was too far to walk to get to it. And I went in, used their toilet, and then came out and then conducted a weird performance where I was like, I'm going to check my phone. Oh, and then I was like, I'll act out. Oh, this person's not going to meet me here anymore. And then I looked around and was like, and like acting all out, and it was just terrible. And then I went into the street and I was like, I can't believe I've done this. I should just have gone in, used the bathroom, looked them in the eye on the way out, and be like, we all know what happened. And then just like, well, I didn't do anything terrible. It was just a regular situation. But yeah, the fact that I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I so socially uncomfortable?
I know.
That I've made up this entire scenario that doesn't exist.
In your head, I know.
I
Why
really
did we do
hope
that?
someone saw you and is making a GIF out of it right now. Just making a GIF of you trying to get out of telling someone you went to the bathroom. It was good. That's amazing. I think I've definitely done that before, for sure.
Anyway, apparently we have to go to dinner.
Yeah, we do. We have to go.
Okay.
Get out of here.
You
Get
gotta
out of
skedaddle.
here. But this was fun.
Could we just get each of you to do like just a quick ID, like
Sure.
you know,
Do do dot deet dot boo
I
do
guess
dot.
I'm the only non-American one that people can't understand.
Oh no, you are completely
Your voice
understandable.
really gives me life.
Yeah, you
Oh,
the
you
voice of an
guys.
angel.
Thanks. It's the vowels, I think. A drunk girl came up to me in a pub like a couple of days ago and was like, will you say the word omen to me?
Wow,
like,
your American
no.
accent is really
On
good.
point.
Thanks. Well, I think it's because we get loads of American TV, so when we're growing up, we can pretend to be on like Sweet Valley High or whatever.
Right. Oh, Sweet Valley High.
Those were the days.
Sweet Valley High. They
That's
were
good.
so
It's good.
cool.
They were
All right, you
twins.
first.
Okay. This is Lauren from Chvrches, and you're listening to the Talk House Music Podcast.
That was so good. It takes
Well,
like 4 times.
Ian and
Just take a gander at how many times it's going to make. Oh, God, here we go. Hi, we're Haim, and you're listening to the Top House Music.
Talk House.
Talk House. Fail.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, okay, let's just say hi, we're Haim. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi, we're Haim.
And you're listening to the Talk House Music Podcast.
Ow!
Afterwards, the irrepressible Esti Haim demonstrated her support of the Free the Nipple movement for some of the folks in the room. Right on, Esti. That's it for this episode of the Talk House Music Podcast. Thanks to our producer-engineer Elia Einhorn, and to our trusty marketing manager Dave Lucas, who was a great help with the podcasts. For more Talk House Music podcasts, and for some great writing about music by musicians, including Lauren Mayberry, please visit thetalkhouse.com/music. You can subscribe to the Talk House Music Podcast at iTunes, or visit our SoundCloud page.
We were interesting, right? That was interesting stuff, right?